This month I've selected the Magnavox Odyssey games console, which is the first ever video games console ever released to the public. So this is the box for the Magnavox Odyssey console. So on here you can see all the different ways, all the different games you can play on it. So these are a few of the screenshots of some of the different overlays you can get, and this is the list of all the games here.
This is Odyssey, the new electronic game simulator. You attach Odyssey to your television set in seconds to create a closed-circuit electronic playground.
This is game number 5. There's actually no data stored on here whatsoever. It just merely kind of switches the circuit within the console. So there's kind of 12 different games. They're all quite similar, basically involving a dot on the screen or maybe 2 dots. This is the overlay, as Simon says. So each player this comes with a set of cards. Each player would select a card, which kind of tells you which part of the body you have to point to, or the cat or the dog, and then you have to go there with your on-screen sort of cursor. It was a very simple game, just following what the card said and doing it as quickly as possible before the other player.
Odyssey is tennis, roulette, football and hockey, analogic, and geography.
And you had lots of kind of additional stuff as well to kind of add to the graphics and add to the experience of the game. So this was a scoreboard for an American football game. So the game didn't actually let you keep score on the screen. You had to do it manually. So it involved a lot of trust. So this is the console here. So this is the main part of the Magnavox Odyssey, where all the data for all the games is stored. The controllers plug into the little inputs right at the back here. And here are the 2 controllers. So a lot of games are 2-player, and you can control it with the 2 dials on the left and right. One to move it left and right, and one to move it up and down.
Odyssey comes complete with 12 electronic games and educational experiences. Many more are optionally available, like a shooting gallery, a prehistoric safari. Odyssey is an electronic teacher. Odyssey is a total play and learning experience for all ages. Odyssey. It's new from Magnavox.
Ralph Baer, he's the inventor. For a long time, kind of all the way back to the 50s, he was thinking about how TVs could be used for computer games and putting video games on. He was a TV engineer, and he talked for a long time to his bosses about putting games onto TVs. And initially, they weren't particularly interested. But he kind of built prototypes in his own time, almost like as a little experiment. And one of the first ones was a little kind of prototype game that he built, which was like a chase game. So it was a 2-player game where one had one little dot on the screen and the other player had another dot. And one was the fox and one was the hunter, and they had to kind of chase each other around the screen. So quite simple, but a massive sort of step forward in the world of video games. And it kind of launched the whole industry, really. It proved that people wanted to play video games on their TVs at home. It kind of influenced the big games, big names like Pong, and it was Ralph Baer can be considered the father of video games.